You have not only you can judge or evaluate, but at least you can capable to know about that. You have the at least the knowledge and property. Praman Satra. What is the good? Beauty means sundarta, good. And what are the fault in a work of art of literature? શુદ્ધ ગુજરાતીમાં મિત્ર સમજાવું તો વિવેચન એટલે જજ નિશ્ચિત કરવાની કે મૂલ્યાંકન કરવાની કળા કે જેની અંદર જ્ઞાન સાથે સપ્રમાણતા હોય કે જે સુંદરતા અને ખામીઓની કોઈ પણ કલાના સાહિત્યના પુસ્તકની સુંદરતા અને ખામીઓને પ્રમાણસર રીતે અને જ્ઞાન સાથે મૂલ્યાંકન કરવાની કે જજ કરવાની કલાને વિવેચન કહેવાય. I think you can easily understand. We can understand the kind of meaning of the word. Criticism, then we understand what is it. You have just remember these two. It is an online exam. When you write the first question, these two, that first one, second one. Then we discuss about that literary criticism, and we can discuss both the questions. You can easily up to now you can understand that. But even then, dear friends, what a literary criticism is the sometimes discussion in of that work. It was not a clear one. The definition we can discuss about it. Then even that is a difficulty to understand the meaning of that. Sometimes many critics there are a number of the concepts in literary criticism. And that's why some of the critics say that the question is work. It's not easy or not a simple or clear, clarified concept. You can say that this is the criticism. This is the, it is not, because there are multi-layers about that, but we try to discuss about that. Because here we can read Scott James, a famous critic, and the famous book is The Making of Literature. Scott James, in his famous book, The Making of Literature, here he can give the very beautiful quotation. Here he can give a beautiful quotation from here. You can easily understand the beautiful quotation. I can try to analyze it because the big quotation I do not write about that. I read and I can try to analyze. Here James Scott tried to sum up the quality of good critic, function of literary criticism, and what is literary criticism. These are the three concepts. He tried to summarize the whole of the idea of these three concepts. What is literary criticism, function of criticism, and third one is quality of good critic in this quotation. Okay, you can discuss it. I quote, since the best critic of engineering is an engineer, the best critic of gardening is a gardener. You can understand, best critic of engineering. If you want to build up a bridge, you want to be a civil engineer, you want to build up a home, so whom we have to contact? Even that a permission of the, you can say that a plan of the engineer was pass out. Otherwise, no one can give the permission to build up the building, or we can say engineer. So the best critic of engineering, if somebody can say that this bridge is sound or this bridge is sound or not, it was not, we can recon, that's how that. But who can pass the certificate? Engineer. Even though you make a beautiful garden, who can decide that a proper garden is a good garden? Here, that was beauty, that flower, that plant, that was, tree was, you can see the shown and it was grown up, and we can say that cultivated, that whatever that is said about a gardener. We have asked whether the best critic of poetry is also poet. You can generally say about that here. Here we can say that gardener, engineer, the poetry is what you can say that. The best critic of poetry is a poet. The answer is a part is given by the many great poets who have been critics. But this answer is a part. It is a partly answer. Adhuru questions. Because there are some great critics. They are not a poet. They are only the great critic. And some of the great poet, they are not a great critic. they are not a critic. It's a કેટલાક કવિઓ પોતે વિવેચક પણ હતા, કેટલાક કવિઓ વિવેચન કરતા પણ હતા નહીં. એટલે આ કે જો ગાર્ડનિંગ ગાર્ડનર જ કરી શકે, એન્જિનિયર કરીએ, પણ કવિતાનું વિવેચન કવિ જ કરી શકે, એ જવાબ અડધો સાચો છે. Some like Dryden, Goethe, Arnold have opened their minds to all literature with Catholic understanding. Others have the more district trace. Swinburne, for example, or Francis Thomas have written equivalently of those poets were particularly conical there. Here, why should that writer say that this answer is a partly? Because we can discuss about Dryden, Goethe. They play the two roles. They are also the critic as well as they are poet. And other side we discuss about that John Keats, S.C. Coleridge, Lord Byron, or we can see much more. Even that you can remember those are the William Shakespeare. These are they play only the single role. They only write down the poetry or sonnet. They never discuss about they never play the role as a critic. So here we can say that the gardener, for the making the gardener is the proper critic, he is a proper person. To play the analysis of we can say that we can pass the certificate of the building is the engineer. In the same way, we cannot say about the poetry. Because the poet is not only we can pass the judgment. Here we can do more. Here we can say that function of criticism is some kind of we can say that not. That's why we can say that it is the art. That's why we can say the art. It was not a matter that everybody can pass the judgment about the writer, and it was not possible that he is the person. You can say that there are the three kinds of literary inquiries, or we can say that criticism. There are the major three types of criticism, and they are legislative criticism, aesthetic criticism, or descriptive criticism. These three pillars of literary criticism. I try to analyze the three types of what is the legislative. You know about the word dear friend? Law. I think that you heard the word law. That law can become the legal. From legal, the word becomes the legislative. The law, you know about lawyer? Yes, dear friend. Lawyer, advocate. ગુજરાતી વકીલ સાંભળ્યું શબ્દ છે ને, લો કોર્ટ. લો એટલે કાયદો, એના પછી વખતે લોયર. લોયર પછી બધું લેજિસ્લેટિવ, કાયદેસરનું. લેજિસ્લેટિવ means those here easy to understand here friend. Those are the writer, for example, you know about them. Classical writing in Greek and Rome. In Greek and Rome, there is a classical writer. And from the Greek, the tragedy, poetry, those are the work of art and the literary form. Those who written in a classical language, Greek and Latin, and in a modern time, we can say the neoclassical writer. Even the Ben Jonson is a classic. Dr. Samuel Johnson known as a classicist, and even the neoclassical age or age of Pope. Yes, dear friend, Alexander Pope, and those are for strictly observe the rules of literary form and writing laid down and established by great classical writer. And whenever the writer write down this kind of literary work, whenever you have to make the criticism of the work of Ben Jonson, work of Dr. Samuel Johnson, or Age of Pope, writer of Age of Pope, at that time you have to apply which criticism? Legislative criticism. થોડું તમે ગુજરાતમાં સમજાવી દો. લેજિસ્લેટિવ એટલે કાયદેસરનું વિવેચન, કે જે ક્લાસિકલ લેખકો રોમ અને ગ્રીકમાં થઈ ગયા બીજી ત્રીજી સદીમાં, એમના દ્વારા જે સાહિત્યના ટ્રેજેડી, કોમેડી, એપિક અને જે પણ સાહિત્યના સ્વરૂપો હતા એમના માટે ચોક્કસ યુ નો અબાઉટ ધેટ યુ હેવ ટુ સ્ટડી એરિસ્ટોટલ, પોએટિક્સ એન્ડ પ્લેટોઝ ધ રિપબ્લિક. એ જે બુકમાં આપણે બીજું સેકન્ડ ટોપિક છે, યુનિટ છે ભણવાનું, એની અંદર જે નિયમો લખવામાં આવે એ નિયમોના આધારે મોડર્ન રાઇટર સાહિત્યનું સર્જન કરે, અને એના પુસ્તકનું જ્યારે વિવેચન કરવામાં આવે ને ત્યારે કયું વિવેચન વાપરવામાં આવે છે, એ વિવેચનને કહેવામાં આવે છે લેજિસ્લેટિવ ક્રિટિસિઝમ. ઓકે, સેકન્ડ વન ઇઝ aesthetic criticism. Aesthetic beauty, सौंदर्यात्मक अभिगम. It is a meaning. Aesthetic means सौंदर्यात्मक criticism means. What is the word that here you will remember that whenever we discuss about the quality of good literature, there are two concepts of literature. First is art for art's sake, and second is art for life's sake. Okay, you know about that. Art for life's sake means which provide the moral message, and art for art's sake means just to enjoy. And you know about Oscar Wilde is the major exponent of this theory. And here we can say the aesthetic beauty means whenever you read that, the writer never provided any message, but just for example 18th century comedy of manner. They have, we can say that here there was no kind of any message, there was no kind of any follow of the moral. The theme of the comedy of manner is the sex and loves and intrigues. એની થીમ જ કેવી હતી? સેક્સ અથવા પ્રેમમાં દાવપેચ, outwitting the parents, guardian, lover, and it is called the aesthetic criticism. And this kind of poetry, when you analyze that, you think about that, it has the aesthetic criticism. જ્યારે તમે આવા કોઈ સાહિત્યનું પુસ્તકનું વિવેચન કરતા હોય જેની અંદર કોઈ મેસેજ હોય નહીં પણ આનંદની જ વાત કરવામાં આવી હોય, ત્યારે તમે કઈ થિયરી એપ્લાય કરવામાં આવે છે? એસ્થેટિક એટલે સૌંદર્યાત્મક વિવેચનની થિયરી. દાખલા તરીકે તમે કોમેડી ઓફ મેનર ભણો, એક રિસ્ટોરેશન ઇન ધી કોમેડી ઓફ મેનર ભણો, તો એમાં કોમેડી લખાતી હતી, એમાં થીમમાં જ કોઈ વસ્તુ નહીં, સેક્સ, પ્રેમ કે દાવપેચ જ આવતા હતા. તો એને એન્જોય કરો ત્યારે તમે શું કરો? ત્યારે તમે ઇટ્સ આર્ટ ફોર આર્ટ છે, એન્ડ લેટર ઓન ઇટ વોઝ ફોરગેટ. જસ્ટ લાઈક આઈ ગીવ ધ એક્ઝામ્પલ ઓફ વીડિયો, ધોઝ આર ધ વી કેન સે ધેટ આઇટમ સોંગ, મુન્ની બદનામ અને and these are the style of the song in each and movie. These are the trend between that Sila whatever that, these kind of the item songs. શું હતું? ખાલી ફિલ્મમાં ચાલે, પોપ્યુલર થાય, એમાં કોઈ એસ્થેટિક વેલ્યુ ના હોય. સોરી, એ જસ્ટ એસ્થેટિક વેલ્યુ, એમાં કોઈ પ્રકારનું કે છે લેજિસ્લેટિવ ઓર કે મોરાલિસ્ટિક વેલ્યુ ના હોય, એમાં કોઈ પ્રકારના વેલ્યુ ના હોય. આ પ્રકારના જે ફિલ્મની વાત કરી અથવા એ પ્રકારનું જે સાહિત્ય લખાતું who live the short temporary time, they are beautiful world, they are the aesthetic world, but near the logical world. તો એ વિવેચન કરવામાં શું કહેવાય? એસ્થેટિક criticism. And third word is the descriptive criticism. And here I can say descriptive criticism generally, mostly the writer, whatever that I can say, generally a study of individual writer. Sometimes